Hey everybody, it's me, LaRasha, Goddess Queen, Just Me, 23, and this is going to be another zodiac sign reading. And Tauruses, you are up. So this is going to be for Tauruses, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus and Mercury. Or if you're Taurus, cusp baby, this is going to be for you too. Or if you were just guided to this video and you don't have Taurus in your chart and you're not dealing with anybody that has Taurus in their chart, maybe there's some messages in this video for you as well. Taurus North Node, I'm including you, Taurus cusp babies as well. And then also cross watchers. Of course, there's going to be messages in this video for you, or these could be also vice versa as well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you have been here for a while, thank you for supporting me. If you're new to my channel, I do give messages to the collective before I do give my reading. So if you're pressed on time, you can always go down to the comment section of the video to go directly to the timestamp. If you don't want to hear me talk, or if you are pressed on time, moving forward, if you use your free will to state that I talk too much, you will be blocked and not be able to come back on my channel. One of the gifts that I do have is clairaudiency, so I'm here to help you understand how to use that. So I have music in the background as far as when it comes to that, because everybody has the availability to tap into that as far as sounds, tones, things that as far as visuals, movies, brings tone and it produces a certain energy. So it allows everybody that is on earth tap into that, as well as your pets that's in your environment too. So if you are interested in your birth chart, you can also get that in the description box of the video underneath the Cafe Astrology link of the video as well. Again, if you don't have your rising sign, in order to get your rising sign, you have to have your name, your date of birth, the time you were born, as well as your location. If you don't have all that information, like I said, you'll still be able to get your sun sign, your moon sign, your Venus, and your Mercury are the four that really in North Node. I'm including that because of the fact of the 2019 and 2020 has to do with karma, to get us to the next phase as far as when it comes to human beings, evolution. So we're on something that we don't even understand as human beings, that certain individuals, certain bloodlines have stopped us and manipulated us and put us in this matrix to cause us from being able to have certain birthright gifts and certain birthright rights as us being human beings. So understanding your bloodline, them denying you your bloodline rights, and that's pretty much what everything is about, that you're going to start understanding that's coming out as far as when it comes to things that's going to be publicly displayed on the news, the government going on the news and talking about certain things. That's going to be the next thing that they're going to be talking about as far as when it comes to that. So twin flames, twin rays, divine partners, our role, life partners, our role is to bring back that feminine and masculine energy that we have lost so a long time ago, to allow union to transpire between two individuals, and understand what's the difference between lust and unconditional love. So becoming that yin and that yang, balancing one another, sacrificing each other for one another, and not, one person over compromising. Ooh, that fell for a reason. let me put this back, okay, and put that there. My bad. But the phone was going off on vibration, and that I was like, okay, let me keep going. But the vibration, if you're new to my channel, I keep the vibration on because it's part of synchronicities as well. When I was understanding clairaudiency, and then also how synchronicities, go in sync and align with clairaudiency and all these other gifts that we have. That was one thing that alerted me. So whenever that goes off, it's either alerting you that you are paying too much attention to the messages that I am giving you, and it's putting it as a distraction for me and a distraction from you to miss the message that was given. Or it is that you were not paying attention and they're telling you that you need to rewind to get the messages that you missed. So figuring out where you are as far as when it comes to that side of the fence of that, okay, y'all. So cards have already been shuffled. The main deck we will shuffle and cut on camera. The other cards have already been shuffled in your energy, Tauruses. North Node again has to do with your past life karma and the karma in this lifetime. Cusp babies again. If you did I say the cusp? Maybe I did not. So cusp babies, I'm including you in your reading because your cusp sign represents who you're trying to be before you pass over in this lifetime. So if you are a cusp baby, that means that you're trying to harness both of those energies before you pass over in this lifetime. I'm a cusp baby. I'm a Taurus slash Gemini. So which is the first part as far as when it comes to the Taurus cusp energy. So May the 17th through May the 23rd. So Taurus slash Gemini. May the 17th through May the 23rd, Taurus slash Gemini. And then, well, that Taurus slash Gemini energy is what I mean as far as the cusp energy. And then June the 17th through June the 23rd, Gemini slash Cancer. June the 17th through June the 23rd, Gemini slash, okay, I completely messed that up. Why are they wanting me to do that? Okay, so let me just say something. Whenever I do certain things like that, there's reasons behind me doing that. So somebody's going to be getting energy as far as magic, or you've been researching about magic or certain energies that you're feeling, because right now they're having me on the cusp of energy and the cusp of magic. And I don't know why that they have me on that. But that could be significant. Somebody could be a Taurus and you're dealing with a Gemini or somebody that has Cancer in their chart. So let me correct myself. Okay, I apologize. Aries slash Taurus, April the 16th through April the 22nd. Aries slash Taurus, April the 16th through April the 22nd. And then May the 17th through May the 23rd, Taurus slash Gemini. May the 17th through May the 23rd, Taurus slash Gemini. Okay, cuspid energy for Taurus slash Gemini. Aries slash Taurus is the cusp of power. So there's reasons why they made me do that. Because power, energy, and magic is the three keys. Wow. Okay. Okay, my ancestors is giving me some messages. I'm a Taurus. Again, my energy is going to fill out in here, but it's going to also help and assist you because, again, I told you I've been here for the beginning, so this is helping you understand my life and how my life entwines with y'all's because of my bloodline and so on. But catch the messages the best way that you can. Put it towards your situation. Don't make it resonate if it does not resonate. And remember, it can be vice versa. So it does not necessarily have to be you, Taurus, or not necessarily have to be you, cross-watcher. It could be, let's say, if there's third-party situations, it could be the karmic, the soulmate. It could be somebody that's in their environment as far as family, friends, work environment, if they know about their their relationships and so on. So you have the availability to harness everybody's energy because you have certain zodiacs that's in your environment as far as playing roles as family, as friends, you know, co-workers, lovers, that helps you harness and understand the energies that they produce as that zodiac that's outside of you being a Taurus, or outside of you being a Taurus slash, you know, Aries, or Aries slash Taurus, or a Taurus slash Gemini, or Gemini slash Taurus, whichever way you want to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The cards that we use in the videos, like I said, have already been shuffled. We're going to cut them on camera. This is the Illest Tour deck. This has to do with celebrities. The first person, when I pull the card, whatever first comes to mind, song, movie, if we're in the public about something, watch it, listen to it, research about it, because your ancestors, your higher self, is going to help you activate certain things that's in your blueprint. If you don't know anything about that person, research about them, find a movie, find a song, listen to it. Again, DNA activations, blueprint activations, help you with whatever situations. Again, masculines and feminines that have caused the most hurt are going to be communicating more in 5D realm, because this is the month of love as far as when it comes to Valentine's. Me understanding the difference as far as when it comes to the good meaning of Valentine's, having us to allow us to be able to express the emotions that we have as human beings in order for us to even exist. So that love, that hurt, that pain, that joy, all those emotions are tied to your heart chakra, which again, Valentine's is the heart representation. So it's telling you exactly which control of the heart chakra that it has when it comes to the hidden agenda in the background that we don't know about when it comes to the holidays. Okay. So I understand the balance of both. I know how, when me understanding both, it allows me to control it the best way that I can possible, because I am in the matrix, and me denying certain things, especially when it comes to beliefs as far as a child, it causes other people that, you know, are still still asleep, not aware, are in a vibration where I am at, to look at me a bad way, but not understanding why I feel a certain way about a certain thing. So that's certain things that you are waking up to when it comes to certain beliefs, certain things that you were taught as a child, understanding the things that you were taught as a child and why you were taught that way, in order to, especially if you're a twin flame, a twin ray, or divine partner, or life partner, you are chosen people. So this is the reason why your situations are very, you know, toxic and very hurtful and very painful, and a lot of us deal with a lot of, you know, masculines or feminines that have narcissist energies, are narcissist individuals, because again, certain things that we don't understand, an enemy could have won a soul mate battle between a twin flame or twin ray, and they could have came in as a karmic or a soulmate, or somebody that could cause harm. So there's a lot of things that take place in the background that you're not aware of. And once you start raising your vibration, once you start allowing your higher self and your ancestors in the universe to help and shift you, a lot of things starts getting better, and you start really acknowledging who you are, and you start standing in your purpose, and you start releasing those chains that have been on you that you did not aware that you had on you this whole time. So again, if you're new to my channel, I go in with the messages that my ancestors helped me, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so appreciative of the people that allow me to be who I am, and the ones that are very patient with me when it comes to y'all's readings, because I have a lot of things that I have that's going on as far as with me being who I am. And again, I'm about helping opening up everybody else's purposes outside of the channels and my day-to-day life, and these people coming to me when they're going through their spiritual awakenings, and these people having high positions and roles as far as when it comes to their journeys, and me shifting. So you can just imagine the energy, the environment, the situations that I deal with. And so everybody that's patient, when they do get their reading, they're just like, wow, this came on time. I'm sorry, you know, I ain't even mad about it. But please bear with me. I'm going to be done with these by the end of this week, and I'm taking a break as far as when it comes to personals, and just sticking to this because I feel that I can give you more voice as far as when it comes to zodiac readings, until I get a better system as far as when it comes to the personal readings. Okay, so thank you for your patience. I'm getting through with this, and then also getting behind as far as when it comes to these zodiacs readings. Just want to say thank you. And I'm very grateful for the ones that are here, allowing me to guide them and shift them and help them on their journey. So let's go ahead and get started, Tauruses. Whew, that was a mouthful, but it was needed. Again, this is going to be for Tauruses, sun, moon, and rising, as well as Venus and Mercury. We had that full moon that was on the 9th, which was the Leo full moon. That was the snow moon. So a lot of y'all saw snow, especially if you were in the South. Bad weather right now that you're experiencing because of that energy as far as that moon. Making sure that you're protecting yourself, wearing the stones, the things that you need to do, spiritual baths, in order to protect yourself If you don't have certain stores that's in your available in your area, that's one reason why, the biggest reason why I created my Amazon store, because my hometown does not have that store. And I know that San Angelo is an indigenous Indian reservation, and that was the reason why it does not have any of those type of stores, because the majority of those people that are there are ancient people of bloodlines. So and that's me being real, and nobody's gonna stop me from saying where I come from and the situations, what I have experienced of where I'm from, and the things that I have woken up to, and the things that, again, my bloodline, my grandmother, which is the eldest as far as when it comes to her bloodline, and the things that her mother taught her that possibly her siblings were not aware of. So again, understanding, if you do have elders that's in your environment, if your ancestors are pushing you to go speak to your elders, there's reasons for you to do that, because it is time for you now to stand in your purpose. And we need a lot of y'all that are healers, that are teachers, that are ancient souls, that are I'm even going to put magician, warlocks, and witches out there that are going to be the good ones. That's more about light, and the overall good of everybody's overall existence. We need you. And it's getting ready to be that point where we're going to be the ones that are going to be healing everybody else that has been hurt and damaged, to try to get their vibration up so they can also take part of this evolution that we're getting ready to have. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for allowing me to help you and wake you up to certain things, and then also guide you to where you need to go to your next phase. So let's go. Tauruses, sun, moon, and rising, Venus and Mercury, cusp babies, North Node. If you're guided to this video and you don't have Taurus in your chart, and you're not dealing with anybody that has Taurus in their chart. Okay, so Tauruses, I'm going to shuffle it 3 more times. This next time, whatever at the bottom of the deck, I'm going to take it as part of your energy. Please don't go. My tank is on. I knew it. When I heard that Chris Brown song that says, I forgot, whatever that song was just called, but he was telling his woman not to go nowhere. Let me see if I can see what it was. Yeah, it's not going to let me go back, but it's a Chris Brown song. But now, Please Don't Go by Tank is on. So, I told y'all, these masculines, these feminines are feeling it, because these heart activations is really fucking with them. And I'm just gonna say it like that, and I'm being blunt, and y'all know I have a lot of air and a lot of fire in my chart, so I can't help it but to be who I am. But it's causing them to feel and do and move and think certain ways that they have never thought before, or expressed or felt about a person before. And especially if they're real twin flames, twin rays, or divine partners, and even life partners, soulmates too. Especially if you had your soulmate had because they're soulmates that you could have had multiple past lives with, or they played a significant role in one past life, and again they're living it out in this past life because of a certain contract that you had. So there's understanding the roles that you have when it comes to these individuals, especially the intimate relationships that you have, because it locks a type of connection when you have sexual intimacy with the person, an individual. So it gives you a lot of history as far as when it comes to y'all's journey, and then who y'all were in certain past lives as well. So access to that too, the box. And that's one reason why it's access to the box. That's why they call the girls the box. Okay, the cube, another thing, the cube. The cube. But With this card being reversed, this is the Ace of Swords. This represents energy as far as air energy. So this represents Aquarius, Libra, as well as Gemini. It also represents energy as far as no communication. So there could have been no communication between you and this individual. This could also represent energy as far as bad communication, receiving harsh communication. This also represents energy as far as something being exposed. So I do feel, let's say if there was any type of manipulation, if there was any type of slander that was involved, any type of injustice, I feel that something is getting exposed as far as when it comes to that. This brought obstacles to your environments, Tauruses or cross watchers. It brought obstacles to your environment, and a lot of conflicts more than what it need to. So I feel that somebody's getting ready to cut somebody off as well. So this represents separation. Okay, not receiving the truth about a situation, and this could be past energy. So let's say if you did separate yourself from your masculine, your feminine, there could have been, some hidden truths to a certain situation. There could have been some denying as far as when it comes to feelings, or again, trying to manipulate a situation, as well as being controlling too, okay, is the energy that I'm getting from this. It ain't worth it though. Like Tank said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth losing my baby. Please don't go. It ain't worth telling a lie. And that person, if this is somebody that's coming back from your past, they lied a lot. It was not worth telling those lies. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, look, it brought tower moment to their reality. It brought you to walk away from them. It brought a major shakeup to their environment. This person possibly hit rock bottom. Their house, their foundation came tumbling down. Their stability came tumbling down. This could have been finances. Okay. This represents destruction. It also represents a sudden shock. This also represents something unexpected happening. So there could be some of y'all that are ending a situation. This also represents energy as far as separation, feeling bonded to a certain situation that you're separating yourself from. So let's say that there was somebody that was, when I see this, the Tower card, when it comes to a karmic situation, or that they were involved with, or this could also represents a toxic karmic situation. It could be a soulmate situation, as far as, let's say, if there's children that's involved, because there's 10 to times as far as when it comes to, I see soulmate relationships as the ones that you have children with. They don't necessarily mean that they are your twin flame, your twin ray, or your divine partner, but you grew a bond, a soul connection, because y'all brought a child into this world together. So that bondage you by soul wise, so that's your soulmate automatically, as far as when it comes to that title. Then you have the karmics, which you don't have to have no children with them. They're just in your life. They're there to cause, you bring lessons to your life, bring harm, bring pain, love, and all that, confusion and all that, and so on. So there's some soulmate relationships that end up being karmic soulmate relationships, because of, again, if there are certain battles that have been lost in certain spiritual realms. Let's say if there was an enemy or a toxic ex in a lifetime before, they won a soul battle between your twin flame, your twin ray, your divine partner, because they, were not strong enough to acknowledge that they were on a, spiritual battle and a 3D battle. There could have been a lot of losing in the spiritual battle, and not having the necessary things to protect yourself, like stones and crystals, or the knowledge that you need in order for you to understand astrology and so on. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the things that we need in order for us to be in true existence. So I feel that with the information that this person is finding out, the decisions that this person had made, it caused them to have a sudden tower moment, and it was a sudden shock when you walked away. But this also represents a fresh start. If this is a separation, this person that they're separating themselves from, let me keep going. But this represents Tower. This is fire energy. It represents Aries, Leo, as well as Sagittarius. It also represents Scorpio. Okay. We have the Two of Wands being upright. We have the Nine of Swords being upright. We have the Six of Cups being reversed. And then we have the 10 of Cups being upright. So that's one reason why I wanted to stop. Something says stop, because I see that this is going to be two separate types of readings as far as when it comes to this situation, because there is a separation that's happening between a karmic and a soulmate relationship. And again, if there's certain battles that are lost in the spiritual realm, it causes you to live a lifetime with a certain karmic in this lifetime that brings lessons and causes you to learn certain lessons. So it pushes you towards your true divine feminine, your true divine masculine. So I feel that this person is having one of those aha moments where they're realizing again the things that they made, the decisions that the choices that they made. Again, the women, the friends, the money, the whatever, it's not worth it. All the lies, it was not worth it. And that's what I'm hearing. Okay. So this person sees you as overall happiness. So this represents energy. It's the 10 of Cups. So this is joy. This is finding that inner peace. This is seeing success in everything. Being in a relationship where you find that mutual respect. Okay. That mutual respect, love, trust, harmony, unity. Okay. Wish fulfillment. Sudden Tower moment, because this person fell in love fast. This person realized that you have been the love of their life. Okay. This was a awakening that this person had, is what I'm hearing. And it was a sudden Tower moment, and it shifted this person's energy real fast. This is what I'm hearing. Real fast. Fell head over heels real fast. Okay, so I was like, okay, now they're bringing me back to this karmic situation, and this if there was a third party, or if there was again somebody that was involved with the mother of their child or the father of their child, they might as well had cheated on you. So I feel, and with this Six of Cups is being reversed, is giving me confirmation of this, because Six of Cups represents contracts. Again, it also represents past lives. When it's reversed, it represents an ending to a contract that was not solid, like the divine feminine or divine masculine relationship. So I feel that there's an ending to a soulmate or a karmic relationship between you Tauruses, or between your masculine and your feminine, is what I'm hearing. I do feel that they can say if they were involved with somebody as far as a masculine, or if they were involved with the karmic or soulmate, there could have been some cheating that karmic or the soulmate did to you Taurus, or did to your masculine, your feminine, or cross watchers, you did, whichever, vice versa. But somebody got caught cheating. Okay. You have the Nine of Swords coming out. So with the Nine of Swords coming out, this represents energy as far as sleepless nights. It represents suffering. It represents doubting connection. It represents pain. So I feel that this person is, realizing the burdens that they brought on themselves as far as when it comes to denying the connection between you and them, as well as, let's say if they did choose a karmic, or if they did go, choose a soulmate, it brought more burdens to them. It also made them realize exactly why you question the relationship between them and between you and them, okay, as well. So I feel that these are major Tower moments that this person is coming to as far as when it comes to their realization. You have the Two of Wands being here. So with the Two of Wands being here, this represents being creative. It represents growth. It represents planning. So after this person had this Tower moment, now this person, sees everything for what it is. Understands again their what caused them to have this tower moment with you, the roles that they played is what I'm getting as well. But this represents them wanting to join forces. So they're planning, they're hoping that they can bring this situation back together. I do feel that they were involved with somebody that possibly was manipulating them, playing with their head, putting things in their mental thoughts, to think ill about you, Taurus, or think ill about, cross watchers, to make this Taurus think ill about you, or vice versa. But I do feel again that this person could also had a little paranoia. There could have been some their own self-sabotaging energy too. If this person was somebody that was a logical thinker, they could have overanalyzed a lot of things that caused them to think certain ways, think about certain things that were not true, is what I'm hearing too. But again, I do feel that they were dealing with somebody that was manipulative. Okay. You have the Chariot card being reversed. Yeah, an ending to that contract, that connection that's not the masculine or feminine. With the Chariot card being reversed, this represents setbacks. This represents difficulties as far as when it comes to change. It represents also going through stress. It represents bad luck, but also being rushed into a situation. So some of them could have been, like I was saying, if they were involved with a karmic, or if they were involved with a soulmate, there could have been rushed things that happened between that relationship between them and then between them two, as far as when it comes to their situation, is what I'm hearing. Let's say if there was children that's involved in this situation, somebody, like I said, they should have cheated, okay? Keisha Cole ain't coming on for a reason. So somebody got caught up in some situation, okay, when it comes to that. So they should have cheated. They're regretting even putting themselves in the situation with this person and getting themselves involved with this person. Yeah, the Hangman, because it caused them to stay stuck as far as when it comes to the relationship between you and them. It caused them to delay the relationship it caused delays with the relationship between you and them, between you, their divine feminine, and the divine masculine. Okay, some of this also represents energy as far as procrastination too. So they could have been procrastinating, how I said earlier, causing their own mental conflicts, sabotaging themselves. But this also represents gaining needed information too. So taking the time out to sit to gain the knowledge, gain the information that you need in order for you to make a right decision. So yes, you're going to be in procrastination mode. Yes, you're going to be at a standstill, especially when you're getting information that's helping shift you and help you understand the situation that you're in. So it's taking the time to get that needed information so you can make a right decision. And I feel that this person got that. Okay, they got that. Some of them realized that they were in a trap. This person put them in a trap. You have the Four of Wands being reversed. So this represents not wanting to commit to something, lack of pleasure between the situation between them and this person. So there's possibly no intimacy taking part between them and this person. That could be also another thing that's, causing issues as far as when it comes to the relationship between the karmic and you Tauruses, if you are the one that was involved with third party situations, or if this is not you, this is the third part, your masculine, your feminine, put you in a third party situation, the person that they were involved with, okay, is what this is the energy as far as the reverse energy, okay. But a lot of y'all know that this person, as far as when it comes to the relationship between you and them, if they were very inconsistent, because some of them were not moving towards you, they were not, again, honoring the connection between you and them, because when this is upright, this represents destiny, it represents new adventure, it represents travel, luck, karma, okay, good karma, movement, destiny. That when it's reversed, no movement, okay, setbacks, delays, bad weather. So unfair to you. What I did was so unfair to you. Yeah, the Empress. So being reversed. So this represents energy. So I was saying earlier, if there is a situation as far as when there's children involved and they are dealing with the mother of their child or the father of the child, this represents energy as far as, like I was saying, ending a relationship with that. This represents energy as far as controlling energy. It represents somebody being very materialistic, somebody being very smothering, being overly protective as well. So I do feel that they were dealing with somebody, how I was saying, manipulating them, putting certain things in their head, making them feel ill about you, Taurus, or making, your masculine, your feminine, making you, Taurus, feel ill about your masculine, your feminine, if you were the one that was involved in the third party situation, or if it was vice versa. Everybody watches these readings as far as when it comes to the roles they play. So just catch whichever role you are in. But I do feel that somebody was unfaithful too. So that I do feel that this represents energy as far as cheating energy too, not honoring their commitment. So somebody being caught up as far as when it comes to cheating. Loss of finances, loss of stability as far as when it comes to that. So let's say if they are dealing or was living with a karmic or soulmate, there could be finances or assets that's going to be lost as far as when it comes to the, them leaving the situation. The Page of Wands, not honoring their commitment for sure. This represents energy as far as gossip. It also represents, overreacting in a certain situation. Somebody being, having an anger problem, overreacting, tempers flaring, not being solid is what I'm hearing. This person was not solid. This also represents page energy. So this is that child energy that I was saying. So this could be, again, somebody's mother of their child, the father of their child, not being solid is what your masculine, your feminine, or Taurus, that's how you feel. And you're no longer wanting to commit to the situation. Yeah, the Devil card, because the situation is toxic. You feel like you were bonded to a situation. You were trapped in a situation that was toxic. This represents seduction. So there could have been some type of seduction that took place. This also represents obsession. So they could be dealing with somebody that's very obsessive over you, Tauruses, or obsessive over, the masculine or feminine. A lot of, karmics are obsessive of the competition is what I'm hearing as well. I just heard Taraji, girl. I was like, heard Taraji. Take a Bow by Rihanna. So this represents energy as far as Capricorn. The Devil card is Capricorn. So this represents feeling restricted. It also represents fears. So letting go of those fears, which especially, let's say if it is you, Taurus, or cross watchers, if this is you and you're self-sabotaging yourself from, moving on your purpose or taking the next step. They're saying getting yourself out of that trap. Get yourself out of the trap that you're putting yourself in is what I'm hearing, breaking yourself free from that. But I do feel that some of y'all feel that you are attached to a certain situation, and that some of y'all are dealing with somebody that's cuckoo. If they said Taraji girl and they talking about obsession, that movie, that you're dealing with somebody that's cuckoo. You have the Knight of Wands, but that's not going to stop you from, detaching yourself and you moving forward. So this person is breaking free. They're surrendering to, the bullshit. They're no longer wanting to take up on somebody else's burdens or keep themselves in a burden situation. This represents gaining your power. This represents also gaining your strength, but also realizing the delays that it brought to your situation, the delays that it brought to your journeys. Okay. And that's why you're letting go of everybody else's burdens and then just moving forward with your own burdens. If you hear me, going towards your destiny, going towards your wish fulfillment. Put on quite a show. Really had me going. And this person, I guess, that's that they didn't turn out. They were not solid. Somebody was not solid the way that they're making themselves seem like they were solid is what I'm hearing. So take a bow. But it's over now. It's over now. This person no longer wants to commit. They're no longer putting action towards this relationship that's no longer fulfilling to them. It was a trap. I heard it was a trap. So if this person is coming back from your past, so again, the energy that we have Capricorn. We have the Empress card being reversed. So this represents energy as far as Aries/Taurus. We have the Page of Wands, which represents energy as far as Aries, Aries, Leo, as well as Sagittarius. We have the Hangman card, which represents energy as far as Cancer, Pisces, as well as Scorpio. We have the Chariot card, which represents Cancer. We have the Tower card again, which represents fire, Aries, Leo, as well as Sagittarius. It also represents Scorpio. So if this person is coming back from your past, they're moving towards their wish fulfillment, their happiness, their joy. What are they bringing you? You have the Page of Swords. So they're coming in with some truth. This person could, the way that they come in could be a little bit, harsh or abruptly, or a sudden shock where, it brings you some type of hesitation or brings you some type of caution where you're like, why is this person coming towards me in this type of behavior, or, movement toward me this type of way. But this does represent communication. With the Page of Swords coming out, this represents energy as far as being the good student. It also represents being in your thoughts. Okay, being in your thoughts and wanting to communicate. And is this Kristen Bell? If I believe that's right. RuPaul, dang, RuPaul want to come out in all these readings. This person is giving you the world. You are their world, okay? This represents energy as far as success, having that accomplishment, okay? Finally getting that 10, going through that karmic completion, okay? A brand new beginning, becoming whole within yourself, aligning your chakras, rebuilding that confidence, realizing your self-worth. This is your energy as far as earth energy. So Aquarius, Libra, as well as Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, as well as Virgo. King of Wands coming in passionately, being bold, being daring, being brave. Being a good performer. Sexual energy. They ain't having sex with the karmic no more. They're not making love no more. I even changed the song, but that's what they wanted me to pop into the head. They're not making any love no more, and that's the reason why the karmic and the soulmate is mad, and that's how they know that they're getting ready to leave, because they detached from them sexual-wise. And that could have been a tactic that the karmic or the soulmate was using to keep them stuck. Missy Elliott. That new song that Missy Elliott has. Y'all should watch it. I'll post it in the comment section. She just came out with a new song. And they're like in an art gallery. A music gallery. Separation. Told you. An ending. An ending to a relationship. Separating yourself. Detaching yourself from something that has been toxic. Something that is no longer fulfilling your needs. Your wants. That separation that happened between your masculine and your feminine. If y'all have been separated, that separation was needed. It made them really be in their thoughts. And again, caused certain tower moments in their environment to make them come to realization of who you are and how much you meant to them. And this is the communication that they're going to be also expressing. The separation time, what took part between y'all, what happened while y'all were separated from each other. Let your friends help you. So it says ask for and accept support from others. So there's some people that some of y'all that are watching this reading, y'all have mutual friends or certain people that, y'all have connections with that they can reach out to ask about you, see about your whereabouts. Some of them could be, again, having their friends, if they're on your social media, or their family members spying on you as well, is what I'm hearing too. But this also represents energy as far as watching what you tell to other people. Because I do feel that some of y'all do have people that's in your environment that, yes, they listen to you and say, hey, yes, they are happy for you. But at the same time, they're not happy for you, okay? They're jealous and very envious of you is what I'm hearing too. Okay. I wish we never did it. I told you this person said they wish they never did it. Somebody set them in a trap. A trap. Round of applause. This person ended up not being solid. Finances, career, they could have just been out for the money. The assets. Some of y'all, again, how I said, somebody's going to be losing some finances. They possibly could have lost a job. This could be also a new opportunity as far as when it comes to a career. Regaining finances. So it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Because I do see this as a King of Wands. So that means being ambitious, being passionate, staying motivated, being that self-starter, being a boss, going for what you know that is yours. Ant spirit. This came out in my Gemini reading. So it represents time to collaborate. I think it was my Gemini reading. I hope it was my Gemini reading. If it was not my Gemini reading, it was a Sagittarius reading. I do apologize. But it says ant spirit. It says time to collaborate. So joining forces. Working as a team. You have a 1 here. 1 represents new beginnings. Wolf spirit. A lot of wolf DNA, indigenous DNA activations. Okay. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Everything that you have learned, turning that into wisdom. Being the student, starting off as being the student and becoming the teacher. 67. A 13, which represents 4s. 4s represent stability. Bat spirit. So it says a rebirth is assured. A transformation is assured. A rebirth, a brand new beginning, an ending to a cycle, closures. Fives represents conflicts that brings change. Travel. So traveling towards your masculine, your feminine, traveling towards your wish fulfillment. There could be some traveling that's going to be taking place, even if it's a 5-minute distance that's traveling that's involved in order for you to be able to give this communication, this message, to move towards your masculine, your feminine. It says an upcoming trip proves to be a life-changing, an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So there could be a trip that your masculine, your feminine, y'all could be wanting to go on, is what I'm hearing. Could collaborate, could be making plans, planning a trip together. Your wish is granted. So what you've been asking for is granted. You have the 10 of Cups here. Wish fulfillment. What you asked for is coming true. Affirmations. So saying those affirmations. I am, I can, I will. I am, I can, I will. To lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. Staying positive. Queen of Heaven. Blessings from the Divine Empress of the Skies. So this card came out in one of my readings. I don't know which one it did, but it did come out. But I will read it for you Tauruses, because I kind of forgot what it meant myself. I think it has to do with feminine energy as well. Where is it? Okay, found it. Took me a while, but I found it. So it says, the Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies, acknowledge your feminine authority now. Like I said, yeah. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. So again, acknowledging when you, even if you're a man, a male, a masculine, that your feminine energy that you have in you, okay? We all have feminine and masculine energy in us as far as when it comes to human beings. So acknowledging that, because that does bring more of your caring side to you, allowing you to be able to experience your heart chakra, having those heart chakra activations, being caring, being that good father, being nurturing, being self-care for yourself, loving yourself. So don't deny that feminine energy that you have that's in there, in you to stop you from being who you are, and it stop you from really understanding what true unconditional love is. Same thing with you feminines, when it's a lesson when it comes to understanding and how to use masculine energy, not denying the masculine energy that you have in you and your birth chart and in your body, your structure, that's going to help you and get you through challenging times, allows you to, heal yourself faster or stand up for yourself, be courageous as far as when it comes to that masculine energy, being that fighter. So understanding the balance that you need between both. Unexpected income. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. A business trip. Somebody's getting ready to go on a business trip. You have a 27 here, which is a 9. 9 represents moving on. It represents happiness. It represents growth. Community. So some of y'all are going to be working with the community, volunteer work. Some of y'all could be, working with children, working with homeless, working with the elderly. It's going to bring unexpected income. Some of y'all need to make a needed trip to possibly, again, visit some of your elders is what I'm hearing. You have a 39 here, a 12. So 12 represents 3s. 3s represents your 3D body now connecting with your 5D spirit, your 5D soul. Poverty. So again, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling left abandoned. Some of y'all, again, probably are going to be, helping the less fortunate, the homeless. It could be homeless children going to a foster home or, a shelter. $37, a 10. 10s represents a completion. 1s represents new beginnings. The last card. Wow. Balance. Look. Balance in that feminine and the masculine energy. That yin and that yang. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So supporting one another on each other's ventures, their careers, the things that they want to do, the accomplishments that they have made, being that encouragement, being that encouragement for one another, being that backbone, being each other's rock, but also challenging one another to do better. Okay, so hopefully this reading resonates with you. If it does resonate with you, like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and I just want to say thank you, and you have a great day.